Hi, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon and good evening for everybody who is watching right now from different locations. So, if you are watching live, or even if you are watching recorded, please drop in from where are you watching. It will just help me to know where all um, uh, of the people of my group are located. So, today we will continue working on the shell. We have been working on it for quite some time, and I would encourage all of you to give it a try and maybe make one of your own paintings. So, um, just share something, whatever you have done. And if there is a subject that you would like to paint, please do let me know. I would definitely love to include that subject for our next live meetings. So, as Fareen said that she likes to paint roses and would like to learn roses, so I'm thinking the next subject that we can paint is the roses. So similarly, if you have something which you would like me to paint for you or you want to learn something, please drop in the comments. I would definitely love to see you. Okay, so let's um, let me start the live stream. Okay. So this is the shell we have been working on. So as we have been working on the shell, see this part of the shell is actually bright white. While as I did initial layers, it I did not preserve the paper very well, and I had a it went slightly dull. So, see, I will show you one method. I am using today a new product which is called pan pastels. So pan pastels are they definitely look like a makeup kit. When the for the first time when I looked at them, they look like blush-ons or eyeshadows. So let's just use a applicator, and I will just take on little bit of, I'm using titanium white here, and I would just apply it very little on the watercolor paper to get back some of the whites that we lost initially. I will also blend it here so that we will be able to get the shine in our shell. We'll take a little bit more and I will apply it on the paper. So this will help me in getting the shine on the paper back. Okay, so let's get started. Once more, I'm using Arches Watercolor 300 GSM paper. I'm the brushes that I'm using are silver black velvet brushes, and let me just open the picture. Okay, let me. So, see, still the similar kind of shine I would like to get, but yes, from let me just change the camera a little bit so that the painting is easily visible. Okay, so yes, so let's continue to work. I have been using mainly three colors in our painting: quin scarlet, Persian blue, and I have some places used a touch of yellow also. So last time I said I want to work on these sections. So I will zoom in the camera a little bit more to show as I will work on these sections. I want to develop the details inside this section. So I here there is like what I can see is it's a mix of um, blue and a touch of green. So it will be similar for all of them. There is a small here there is a small gap between the blue line and our, so here I'm applying little bit of Persian blue. I will wipe off my brush clean and take a hint of scarlet, burnt scarlet, and so I am just looking at it in great detail. It is there is a kind of a gradient plane. Gradient plane meaning that it's dark here and it bleeds and become light. So you are also looking at the zoomed in version. Let me do one or two more and then we will let me show you how I will develop the detail here. So here as we go in here again there is a very tiny line and so and as I go in I will apply the blue color. See, I'm working very slowly and my mantra is same. Work very slowly and patiently to develop the details. So if I zoom out, see these details are very tiny. They will not be very visible as I'm working, but as I keep on developing them, they will uh, have an impact. So here again, it's like a gradient plane and so here now uh, I would not say that the shell is complete. I would still have to work on details on this part of the shell. There are there are a lot of details which are still missing And in order to develop it more realistically or better, I would work on um, it little bit more, but at the same time, a lot of details are very similar to what we have already done in our previous sessions together. So, silver black velvet brushes always come to a good point, and I always have a tissue ready with me on which I will wipe my brush. Okay, let's continue slowly, step by step. So, I always generally prefer to use a limited palette, which helps in maintaining the color harmony in the painting. If by mistake I go further than I wanted, I will just take my tissue and immediately wipe off that section. Okay, it's easy to get lost based on where we are working. Like, it's different. Since everything is similar here, it's very easy that to get lost. So some of the artists, what they do is they keep a finger on their reference, which helps them to know where they are in the painting process. So I will zoom in again so that what I am doing is little more visible. So I'm working on developing this step by step the details of the shell. I will blend in using water. And so here again, I will do it one more time. There is a small line which I will leave, and then there is uneven brush strokes like this over here. And then there is this partition kind of or plane. So gradually I am working on small details for filling up the making up the shell. Here now here let me show one more thing. See here there is a kind of a texture here. So how would I achieve that texture? It's kind of, if I see it very carefully, it's kind in form of, I can see small lines. I don't have to necessarily copy the exact line, but I can copy the direction and structure of the lines. So here I am barely touching my brush to the paper, and I am making these small brush strokes which will help in indicating the small texture that we see here. So let's see. So see when I'm zooming in, it seems it's very large, but when I zoom out, you can see it's tiny and it helps just helps in getting the texture in. And the color that I have used for establishing the texture is again a mix of our quin scarlet and Persian blue color. Then I will use a very watery color to establish little more texture, which I see here. So these are brush strokes which will be barely visible because the color is very watery, but at the same time they will give the impression of the texture in this section. Here it was slightly little bit darker, so I will just blend it in. See, it's just little bit of texture which will help in establishing, showing that there is some texture in the shell. So these are finishing methods which are used generally towards the um, where when we are finishing the painting. So first step for doing a painting is to establish the base layers. So when I started off this painting, I had established the base layers. I had done the basic wash of the on the shell, And then after I had done the basic wash on the shell, I started working on the details. And details also, we started working on each and every portion. And one thing that I took care while building, by creating this painting, was trying to make it look more three dimensional. So if this is a plane, so it should look that this is flat and this is rising at the top. So understanding of form, how to create a form, helps in creating the shape. So let me quickly check if there are comments on and questions. Actually, unfortunately, I am not able to sometimes see the comments. I'm not able to sometimes see the. So, okay, hi Shikha, hi Mita, hi Patty. So here actually it does not display the names of all the people who are commenting. So I have to see, go and open Facebook on my iPad and for me to find out to look at the comments. So this is one method. So Patty, I don't know whether you watched. I thought I will this part of the shell, which I wanted to make it white, which should I want it to look slightly brighter and whiter than what it is. I'm using pan pastels. I will do it slightly one more time to like just increase the brightness. And I'm using a pan pastel applicator and titanium white pan pastel and just applying it very nicely and gradually to create the shine on the shell. Okay, so this helps in creating the shine that we are looking for. Now, as I'm looking at the painting, I feel I can adjust the color here a little bit more. I'm using little bit of yellow color to adjust the color of the shell. So one advantage of watercolors is since they are transparent. So if I need to adjust any color, if it is not looking what I want, I can simply layer. If it would should have been more yellowish, then I can simply layer little bit of yellow on the top and take some water and soften the edges. Okay, I will also add a hint of. So this helps in getting slightly more realistic look in our shell. I will also add a touch of yellow here also to give it slight warmth. So by adding a touch hint of yellowish color, and brightening up with pan pastel, I am able to obtain the shine that I wanted in this shell. So it makes it look little more realistic. Let me see what else can I do. I feel here this part, this section, it should have been lighter. Okay, it's not that bright. So I will just take the titanium white pan pastel and apply it little bit over here just to soften it little bit. So this helps in giving the uh, so gradually what I'm doing is I'm looking at the painting, adding details, correcting mistakes, adjusting color, and just by if I keep on doing it, ultimately I will be able to paint a more realistic looking shell. So I will stop here for today. Please feel free to drop in any questions, any thoughts, or any subjects. More like if you have any subject in mind which you want to attempt to paint, or you may have a reference photo. The reference photo, if you send me or you share with me, please make sure either the photo has been clicked by you or it's a copyright free image, because I would not prefer to paint from an image which is not copyright free. So either the image should be copyright free, or if you have taken the picture, or if there are any subjects that you want me to work on, I can work on those subjects in our live sessions and you can follow along. Okay. So thank you so much for everyone who joined live today, and also to everyone who will be watching the recording. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time at 11 a.m. Okay. Bye.